Good afternoon. I'm now going to call a Wednesday meeting of the Norfolk County Commission to order. This is Wednesday, February 18th. Today, we're meeting at our Norfolk County Agricultural High School, kind of in a twofer. We wanted to show off our new emergency management space, which is at the high school on the second floor of the Betty Duquette building, which is library and cafeteria. So we're here at 200 Main Street in Walpole, and welcome to all. I'm going to ask everyone if you now stand and join me in salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Are we on? I don't see it, so. You drop this, Joe. Are we actually on? Yeah, right, we can't see us. All right.
Okay, again, greetings, and we have our regularly scheduled meeting. We have a full agenda today. But before we start, I just want to introduce the superintendent of schools, and he has an introduction to make to us. I expect that they want to stay, listen to all of the budget requests, but they're welcome anytime. And now that we're down here, maybe we'll come down more often. So we'll see. With us today is Jeremy Gray, the superintendent of the Norfolk County Agricultural High School. I want to introduce Jeremy. I think everyone's known. He's had a quick first 6 months here. Welcome, and thanks for working with us on this project, Jeremy.
You're welcome, Commissioners. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm glad you could utilize some space here at the high school. Today, thank you for having me really quickly. I just want to introduce our new Assistant Superintendent for Business, Jenna Lesko. She came on board a couple of weeks ago, and she comes to us from a regional vocational school in Massachusetts. She spent 20 years as a math teacher. Then she also did some work as an assistant principal for data and accountability and a department head in the math department, and also did time. Sounds like a prison sentence. And also, she was also assigned the duties of business manager at that school in Joshing Valley for about 4 or 5 years. And we are very fortunate to have her here with us.
Yeah,
Part-time, right?
Yeah, that's
Solid
why it
Jerry.
looks so different every time you
That's
see
it.
me.
And she's been a wonderful addition to the team here, and she's hit the ground running. So Jenna, let's go, everyone.
Thank you. Glad to be at my
Okay.
first meeting.
While they're here, do you have any questions, Commissioner?
Great to see
Thank
you,
you.
Coach.
Same here.
Glad things are working out.
Okay, you see further down the agenda, Jeremy, that you were accepting the paperwork today from Patrick
Dukowski. It's
Dukowski.
a tough name.
You know, I'm pretty good on
Yeah.
that. So, who's your new director of IT, so,
Yes.
you know, I'm sure he's excited to get on and get going and introduce him to our IT folks. And
Yeah.
it's probably safety in numbers and, you know, work together. Okay, I'm gonna move right into the regular agenda.
We didn't do roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Roll
okay.
call, Commissioner Collins,
Well, attendance, yeah,
Commissioner Stady.
I am here.
No roll call, vote. No, there's no executive session. Roll call to order. Okay, no executive session. Minutes of last 2 meetings,
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'll move,
Commissioner,
be pleased to move with acceptance of the meeting minutes of February 11th, the open session and presented.
second. Motion made and seconded, all in favor? Aye, it is a vote.
Can executive session? I'm not sure if that was, may have scanned it, and if I did, I did. Oh, that's all, So we didn't get executive. So I've moved the table that item until next week. The executive session, Mr. Chairman.
Motion table the acceptance of the executive session minutes in the February 11th meeting. All in favor of table?
Aye.
Favored. Number 5, appointments.
Yes, I'm late. Yeah.
Okay.
You can stay if you want.
Today, starting in 2026. See you later.
See what you got. Take care.
2026 fiscal budget. This is a review of the budget commissioners. Our calendar is set for the year. So far, we're just starting and we're going by it. Today, we have 3 important departments that we're gonna meet with them and, feel free to discuss anything you want. And number 1, information technology. I'm sure.
Yes.
And I'm gonna refer to budget books, commissions.
Okay.
Commissioners, thank you for the opportunity
See you feeling better. too.
talk FY
No
yeah, no mask
That's
today.
good.
So the high level overview is that my budget is 5,000, my budget request for FY 27 is 5, as it stands now, is 5,000 less than last year, but a lot of things have moved around. So we'll go briefly by each of the categories. I'm sorry, the groups. So in group 1, the request is higher, but there have been no promotions and there's no salary adjustments except for COLA. So if you look at what you've got there, it looks a little strange because, give me for a second. The FY 25 numbers that you see there don't show the COLA increases from last year, because if you remember, and you'll probably see this in the other people who are presenting today, on July 1st of 2025, the COLA increases were not in place. Those happened later in the year. But from 24 to 25, there were 3% increases each time, and the same thing as I'm requesting in FY 27, and just another 3%. I think that's what we were told to do, 3% COLA increases, so there are no promotions or anything like that, just standard increases. The only other thing that you'll see if you get a chance to look is we don't have Dallas Bray in place anymore. We have our new guy, Scott Machado, who's been wonderful. He's picking up things very quickly, and he's been giving us new perspective on stuff that came from the bank. He's tremendous. And so there was a little time where we didn't have Dallas and we got Scott, but the request is standard. And there's also some longevity pay for Mark, who's been here for more than 20 years, and for Dan, who's been here for 10 years, but that was also in last year. So group 1 is standard. For group 2, also in group 1, I don't have any request for temporary salaries or anything, so it's just straight salary and longevity. So in group 2, there's a lot of money moving around in different categories, because I realized that some stuff that I had, excuse me, contractual expenses wasn't actually contract based. So I took some of that out. But the primary thing that happened here is because we have maintenance contracts for our hardware and maintenance contracts for our software, those go up a lot every year. So you'll see some increase in the amounts in some of that, and a reduction in a little area, because I think we talked about this last year also. We do a lot of 2-year or 3-year contracts for things. So some years the amount goes higher and some years it goes lower. So this year, you'll see, for instance, in the computer hardware amount for the registry, it went down because we're doing maintenance on renewal of the maintenance for the IBM this year. So that isn't necessary in FY 27. So that moves around a little bit. And you'll see a reduction in contractual expenses for the registry for the same reason, because we don't have any contracts or contractual expenses that we need to do for registry. So the money moves around a little bit. There's no major changes in the totals there. In group 3, again, the money goes down just by about $2,000 because I was moving things around. We anticipate having to buy a little bit of software, but not as much as we did this year, because we've been doing some good planning and everything pretty much stays the same. And in group 4, I eliminated the $1,000 that I had in the case for socialists and societies last year because we didn't need it. So there's nothing in group 4. And in group 5, our capital areas, we put some extra money in last year because we had to put in new batteries in one of our big backup systems in the data center in 649 High Street. Last year, we don't have to do that this year, so I reduced $7,000.
So overall, it's a $5,000 increase in the request for FY 27 from last year. And again, money's just kind of move around a little bit, but nothing major. So when you get a chance to look at it, overall, it's a pretty, was able to follow the request, even though the salaries went up a little bit, to have a flat budget, even with the anticipated 10 to 15% increase in software and hardware maintenance that we're looking at for most of the things that we have in place. I did include in my cover letter, I don't know if you commissioners get a chance to see those cover letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 things that we would like if we got lucky and the interest rates go down and tons of people start refinancing mortgages and buying houses again, and gets some new revenue. There's a few things that we're looking at over time. We would like to upgrade the phone system. What we have in place is fine and it will last, and that's great. But a new phone system would be great sometimes. There's an asset tracking system that also has a ticketing system that Chick and maintenance and I have been looking at for a few years. That'd be great to have. We have lots of laptops and phones that the county sponsors. It's called mobile device management. So those go away. And once people have themselves, it's hard for us to make sure that it's getting updated regularly and that it's being protected. So there's software called mobile device management that we'd like to do. It's not super expensive, but it's not on the radar right now. And there's a few other things like that. We'd love to upgrade the camera system and the door fob system. We've talked to a couple places, but that's expensive. And like we talked about last year as well, it would be nice for us to get an employee who's focused on cybersecurity, and we'd love to share that with the school. So we'll let the new guy here get acclimated a little bit, and Jeremy acclimated a little bit more, and then we'll bring that up. So that's in the cover letter, some things to focus on. Again, I'm sure you haven't had time to really pour over the details, but if there's any questions I can answer for you, I'd be happy to do so.
Commissioners, any questions?
If I could, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
So perhaps maybe you're not looking at the correct sheet, but it says fiscal 26 approved 938, fiscal 27 request 958. That's a $20,000 increase.
That's the 3% COLA increase off the existing salaries.
Okay, so it is going up. You said it wasn't going up.
Just,
It is going
there's no promotions, there's nothing like that, it's just the COLA.
Right, so that reflects the COLA.
Yes, only the COLA.
But I mean, bottom line is it's still going up.
Yeah, salaries go up due to the COLA, but there's no, I'm not promoting anybody, I'm
Gotcha.
not adding anybody beyond the 4 of us there.
Because I followed everything, actually, I saw
Yes.
cuts, I saw things eliminated, and I'm like, why did?
Yeah.
Why is that going, you did COLA? Okay, great. And the phone thing, what was that phone thing again?
So
Oh, yeah,
the
with
phone system that we have in place is
Yeah.
based on this, you may have heard the word Avaya, very popular phone system.
Yeah.
We've had it in place a long time.
Yeah.
It's fine, nothing there, but there are things that we could, and we just this year make sure that it's gonna be fine forward, and we put in a 3-year maintenance package, which was cheap. But we could take another step up if we had money, and we could have some more features that would allow better internet connectivity and internet conferencing and things like that. We can do all that stuff now, but there's other things that we could do and make, bring us up a few years in technology based stuff. So it's fine to keep what we have, but if we had some money, we would consider getting a better phone system.
You know, roughly that would be, I don't know, but, well, what it might be,
10, 20.
so it's not a capital.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how we would buy it. Most of the time now, it wouldn't require any servers necessarily. There's some, but the servers themselves might not qualify, because a lot of it's just service based.
Okay.
But out of all the
Flagged
things
it,
I
you
have,
flagged it in there.
I put it, not in the budget, it's on
Here,
the cover letter. Here's the things we're looking at.
right,
So we'll just call it out. So if we get some windfall, and I'm not sure that of all the things that everybody needs, I'm not sure that I would put the phone system ahead of a lot of other. Just put it in there so we look at it.
good,
Because the phone system we have is fine, it works. In an organization that is more reliant on technology, a phone system and what they call unified communication might be more important, but for us, it's not a big.
appreciate that.
Sure.
That's all. Any other questions today?
Right?
Okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna call for a motion and take this into consideration. We're not gonna vote any budget through at the first session. I'm taking it every two, what we're gonna do, what we're gonna keep to the calendar. Just for the good stuff.
Right. We did, I'll do that, Mr. Chairman. We did have a date to vote it to, or just say we'll take it, we'll table it for now? Just make.
We have, okay,
You have the schedule.
Okay, yeah, okay, so just, I'll make a motion that we accept the budget then and table any kind of vote until further.
Yeah, please, any questions I can answer as you go through, just let me know.
motion made and seconded, basis on review, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Commissioners.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay,
Take care, Sam.
yeah, Wallace for recreation is over. You got room for two there?
Yeah.
Okay. Back one, Carl,
Good afternoon.
Susan, wanna,
Very long.
this is, of course, Carl. Maintenance supervisor and Sue Calabro, of course. Not hired, you hired assistant director. Oh, but welcome,
Thank you.
you have the drill. Commissioners, you have your golf budget right in front of you.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, it's my pleasure to submit the FY 2027 budget for the Waltham Recreation Facility. The highlights in the budget are, based on a current fee structure and average of the last 3 years, the income estimate FY 2027 is $1,717,291. Some change. Code, in the budget code 001-205-329, miscellaneous food supplies is new to the budget in FY 2027. And I'm asking for $3,000 for that item. The food supplies is what we, use for, our tournament. The Norfolk County Class, Norfolk County, floorball. It's basically what we feed the volunteers that help us out there, and also after the floorball, there is a gathering with the competitors. So that's a new item in the budget. It's been taken out of the pro shop budget in the past, so just clearing that up a little bit. Code 001-200-5369 office supplies has been increased by $1,500. And this is just an increase for toner for printing or pro shop event. Code 001-200-5463 rental of equipment will decrease by $852.02. FY 2027 will add a John Deere tractor for $12,900.67, and that's a 5-year lease for that amount. And that's all I have to say for the budget.
Commissioners, any questions?
If I could, what's the John Deere for? What's
It's a tractor.
and what's it for? What have you?
We aerate with it, we sleep holes with it, you have backhoe, that we already have, so it's a utility,
So is this like replacing an older one, or are we adding to our?
we will be, keeping the old one and adding the new one,
Or
and
adding,
using both at the same time.
you need this one to get, okay. Just asking. Now, you said the income over the
Yes.
last 3 years, that's the estimate,
That's it.
right?
Yeah.
But the budget, the budget request is, what, 1,000,004? All right. Read that right? So 27? In total budget request, 1,000,004.
Up from 1,367.
Right. The budget
Yeah.
was going up about
33.
Yeah, 33,000. Because again, is that because it's COLA?
I'm not quite sure, it must be yes.
I believe that the coal is plugged in every week,
Okay,
and it's a given.
yeah,
And
so it's not staffing, you
The
know.
board of-
No,
pay it.
no.
it doesn't really figure,
Okay.
you know, it's in there, but.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But your tractor, you're leasing,
Mhm.
that's a wash. And basically, then your income 1.7. And you're budgeting 1.4, so that's gain for us, right?
Yes.
It's good. Yeah, no further questions.
Yeah.
That's a great job.
Weather,
Keep it up.
permitting, of course.
Yeah,
I got a question.
that's
Yes.
fine, thank you.
How many rounds did we went last year? Roughly? This is-
Rounds.
Yeah.
And it was up, right?
I don't know that.
Can you let us know?
Yes.
Get back
Oh, yeah,
on it.
oh, absolutely.
I can let you know that we did all that.
Yeah,
Well, send us a call.
Yeah.
Some point conclusion.
yeah.
Second question. I'm sure here, you don't have any question about, you don't have any problem with Archbishop Williams renting town schools.
I do not.
Well, yeah, not part of the budget.
Mhm.
comments.
They've been playing there for years, we just haven't charged
Okay.
them.
Okay, and then I want to congratulate Sue for a very successful year.
Thank you, I had a lot of fun, I'm looking forward to this year.
Other. And we're able to take care of most of our requests. I think it was easier getting easier getting used to the new pro than I suppose it's gonna be, but it's all in the
Pretty
positive.
easy going.
Yeah, so should keep it going. Um.
Yeah.
Don't have any other questions.
Quick question if I could, but I know we haven't done this, I think, for a little bit. I'm only asking, when's the last time, or do you plan to look at seasonal passes for rate?
This is the second item on my agenda today.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm not,
Okay.
no, I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have that,
understood. Okay, goes into your income.
John
Okay.
said,
Okay,
just do it right after your.
so as far as the budget,
Yes.
you're done.
Yes.
I got one more question.
Yeah.
The groundskeeper, road job, what do we call it? Is that assistant superintendent?
Yes,
And that kid's name is,
Todd. Todd Solomon.
Some. Todd, okay.
For some reason, we couldn't pull that up on the computer.
I assume we're happy with him.
Oh, yeah, very, very happy.
Because
He
I
got
don't even think I was the day we
Class A golf course superintendent. And we're very lucky to have
do
him.
his neighbors in Squantum like he and his wife.
Mhm.
They're very well liked. Okay.
Great.
Motion to take under consideration.
Right, I'll take the motion, don't make a motion, we table the Walton Spatial Facility budget for fiscal 27 for future action, but
Motion made and seconded to take the budget. Fiscal 27 proposed budget for Wallace and recreational facilities. Under our wing until such time as we have time to review it a little close. All in favor?
I,
It is unanimous. You're all set, kids.
yes.
I have a second item here.
What are you?
It's a recommendation for fee increase. And John said I could,
I don't wanna break any budget rules, but it's on the budget a little further down. We have a motion, take it out of, take care of it now. This is the annual,
Oh, it's on the agenda,
the annual.
right, is it say take it out of order? Sure. I'll make a move that we take the item concerning the evaluation,
Oh, of course.
golf course evaluation for council at this time.
say,
Motion made and seconded to take another item out of order for the golf course, since, Carl and Susan here, all in favor,
Aye.
Go ahead, Carl.
Okay,
I believe you have the
The backup letter,
letter and,
yes,
yes, okay, great. These are my recommendations for our fee schedule. You have a comparison chart with the other rate. Proposed is to raise the daily golf rate $5 across the board, excluding the junior and sundowner rates. Keeping in line with the daily rate increase, it is proposed to raise the season subscription rate $250. The cart rental fee will stay the same. Our latest rate increases were in 2023 for the 2024 season. Based on our current estimated FY26 numbers for green fees, the rate increase should increase revenue by $85,350 and $46,250 for the season subscriptions in FY26. A total increase of $131,600. That would be for the remainder of that FY26.
When we last went up in 24, what is it?
Yes.
Question Director Cronin, are you on board with?
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair, if you don't mind, Carl asked to present the fees to you in the spirit of his FY27 budget presentation. These fees may have an impact, however, in FY26, as Carl indicated. So I would recommend the commissioners take this as a request of first reading, and we'll place it on your agenda for approval next week separately. Yeah, but certainly fine bringing it in for the commissioners.
Okay, so we'll take a vote on it next week and.
Please, if you don't mind,
Okay.
but
that's
take
fine.
it
No, it's,
under advisement as a first reading. Thank you.
Thank you.
okay, how's the rate increase?
Well, we should put us, sorry, we should put us with the other golf with the proposed rate.
Okay, yeah, we were that,
We,
The comparison charts there.
yeah,
So I
so,
think president's alphabetical, for presidents, you listed there going across. We're still,
okay, so
cheaper than
48,
most.
we'd
Yes.
be 58 or 48, what are we at? Oh, I see, 48 weekday, 58 weekend,
Correct.
and then compared to others, I got it. So,
And then our memberships and a lot of the memberships themselves, we have 180 members. And a lot of the local courses are around 27 to 2,800, so we're still significantly lower than that.
so it's 48, where did I see 20, something else, move that up? What was it? I'm sorry, what was it, over 9 holes or something? Oh, 9 hole, I see. So they want to play 9 holes, it's a different rate,
Correct.
right? Is that affected in the proposed increase?
The nine,
yes, yeah.
it was
nine
across
was
the
two.
board except for junior rate and sundown.
So 9, okay, it's going twice as 35. Okay. All right. Can't vote on it.
No, that's right. You
No,
can keep that, though.
we'll- Just to be doubly sure, we'll
Yeah.
put it on the agenda, we'll vote it next week.
Okay, great.
Ask any question, any changes,
Yeah.
I'll let us know.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
what else do you have? Carl?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it for today.
What about the irrigation fund?
Um,
Would that be capital?
Yeah,
budget?
no, that's already been funded.
Okay.
So we're working on that. We'll have a report by June
Okay,
for the irrigation.
all right, good. Great,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
thank you very
This
much.
concludes the
Thank you.
matter of.
Yeah.
Walton and Recreation Facility for today.
Okay.
It doesn't snow anymore.
Thanks, guys.
When do we open it, but things go down?
March 10th, hopefully.
Okay.
That's what we'll see.
I'm getting to know these dates. Thank
I
you.
hope so.
Number C, facility maintenance. Come on in.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Maureen.
Peggy, come on in. Have a seat anywhere, Peggy. Sure,
Commissioners.
you ready? Commissioners referred to your book here. I believe we have a little bit.
Man, I don't want you. They were pictures all over there, those pictures. And when you're walking out by mistake. Right.
So commissioners,
Yes, sir.
we are pleased to present the following justifications for increases in the operating budget for FY27 for your consideration. We still have a big elephant in the room called Quincy District Court. We don't know when that's gonna close, how they want us to leave it, or what type of decommissioning of that building will happen. So once we get a better idea on that, we can adjust budget numbers accordingly. So we're focusing on modernizing and standardizing the levels of service for all the trial court buildings that we and the services that we provide there. I'd like to add a floor scrubbing machine to the Dedham Complex's toolbox. Floor scrubbing machine can do about 12,000 square feet of flooring per hour of cleaning. And that we have about 48,000 square feet of solid surface that allow a lot more often for cleaning with less people. Adding to the materials budget for the tradespeople, costs are going up. We need to be able to fix whatever gets thrown at us. Some of the older materials, tools and materials, ladders and stuff, they need to be replaced. They're not as safe as they should be, and having a well-stocked, well-staffed buildings is going to keep them safer. For the increases, obviously, we're asking for are the permanent salaries for 100 to go up by 3%. This number you'll find it's a little bit fluid because we do have the two positions, the non-union positions that get to be filled, and then also we have what happens when Quincy goes, questions that's going on. I've asked for money to replace a vehicle. We have 5 vehicles that we run in the maintenance department. One of them, we have a 2017 John Deere skid steer, which is in good working order and doing just fine. There's a 2016 pickup, a 2014 van, a 2012 van, and a 2011 van. So the new vehicle right now is getting up there. The value of them obviously is when they don't need to be replaced, repaired all the time, they're great, but once they start getting, comes into a factor. Phones, this price is going up. We're gonna add a couple of cell phones for workers that don't have them right now, or buildings that don't. Gas, natural gas is expected to go up by 17%. This next year, fuel oil, we ran through the numbers and came up with a $6,000 increase for that. Professional and technical fees, the architects that we're using, they're in order for us to get some of the projects designed, it's going to cost a little bit. So we're asking for $5,000 to be added. Rubbish removal is a 10% increase from our vendor. That's what they're giving us as a quote. So that's 5100. Elevator repair. We've extended asked to extend the contract, the existing contract for 1 year, and they offered to do so with a 3% increase amount for $1,050. Pest control against the vendor pricing. This is going up. It's $4,900. Hazardous material, in order to get a lot of the hazardous or any of the hazardous material removed that we need to, costs money. We're running into more and more of these pipes failing and stuff, so we need to get hazardous material out. So the tools and appliances. This is for what I was talking about. Each custodian area doesn't like to be able to have the same setup with tools. So if anybody's working in any building, they know that they can go to the club, get what they need to shut off water if it's leaking, whatever. flashlight, just very simple things, but it adds up. And they're also asking, the custodians are actually asking for a different type of vacuum cleaners and backpack bags is what they're looking at. Quicker, a little easier, put the backpack back on. That's in there. Office equipment, again, new computers or laptops and then inventory tracking equipment. $40,000 for that. Printing and binding, will whoever comes in as the leader of the department will have to have letter cards and all that stuff. Zero and three. In the contractual services line, this one here, we'll leave it at level funded or at the same amount, but we're moving some of the money around so that it's actually in the properly allocated lines as we go. So then the construction materials for the carpenter is an increase of $6,000. Hardware and plumbing is $5,000. Paints and painting supplies is $2,000. HVAC supplies is $2,000. Those are all parts of that, that we're run into where, the plumber, for one, we've already had to, find more money and move it into his account so that he can continue to do his job. Those things across the board there. Cleaning supplies, those go up, go down, 6,500, we're asking for that. Same with miscellaneous office supplies, we're looking for an additional 200 of that. The tools and equipment, testing equipment, throughout the buildings is $25,000. Taxes and water and sewer, obviously, they go up. Added 2%, I believe, to the existing, which is enough. Cleaning equipment, that floor machine that I spoke of, it's $11,000. Miscellaneous building structural improvements, the Stoughton report is looking for a shed. Currently, the gas engine equipment, lawnmower, snow blowers are stored in an area that the smell is getting up into where the judge's lobby is, and they would like them out of there. To think of that, a shed away from the building would probably be the simplest best bet.
And this shed,
Stoughton District Court.
it's attached to the building.
There is not one, well, it's inside the building now, and so that the fumes and stuff.
Okay.
And then, so you see in the back, I have a pretty extensive list of things that we as a department need to be looking forward to getting done as we go. Sure, it's not all inclusive, but it's a pretty.
It's safe to say there's enough.
Plenty to keep us busy.
On this,
With that, I guess if there's any questions.
Yeah. I got a bunch. Huge.
Yeah,
So you're going up $400,000?
yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. All right, so let me just fire a few at you.
Sure.
You're asking for a new vehicle,
Yeah.
right? And the cost is what, 20 grand?
60.
Sorry. Did you look into leasing other than buying? Would that be an option to consider?
If we build it into the budget and we know that when the lease runs up, we would get another one,
Just thought.
I would definitely consider that.
purchasing director is here, well. Do we look at both when you buy a vehicle? Leasing and purchase?
I haven't heard of municipal leases, but it must exist, so I'd have to research.
Well, he's
We lease them,
the last guy.
we lease lawnmowers
He's
and
leasing
stuff
a-
like that. right?
John Deere. So why can't we lease?
I'm just not sure if vehicles were any different. Wouldn't wanna, I would think that you could,
Yeah,
but.
wanna look into that?
Your oldest van is how many miles on?
The oldest van, I believe, is somewhere around 60,000 miles. They don't get very many miles. It's, 15 years old.
15 years.
There's a need for it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, look at the approach, that's all.
Sure.
Buy, lease, maybe, maybe they want to do it. So what's the difference between, it says here, machinery, tools and instruments, 20 grand. Then you go over here, tools and instruments, 25. How is that different? You said when I caught you,
Yeah.
you said this is gonna be used, that every person has tools wherever they are,
So
right,
one
in
is
each building.
particularly for
Was
the
it the same thing?
wheels there,
Yeah,
and the other is for the weights.
okay,
Right.
okay,
The tools in the shop.
okay. This is shop tools, the other one is for each building would be okay.
Custodians, tools, and then
Right.
trades.
Does that include Quincy, even though we're not gonna have Quincy anymore?
As of right now, it does. It wouldn't have to.
Yeah. All right, you answer my question, all right. Mr. Chairman, a couple more. Oh, I know, yes. So one of these figures are just blowing me away here. Rubbish removal. So the vendor we have said he's raising his rate 10%. Perhaps you might want to look at another vendor.
Then we'll
Consider
consider
that.
that contract.
Is
That's
he
the
long-term
contract
vendor?
We already have.
I can hear you.
It's the contract that it's the contract that we have.
So how can he just raise it 10%? He has the right to do that?
I believe it's in the contract.
It's in the contract? He has the right to raise it?
Yeah,
It goes up each year.
Okay, that's a huge rate.
but we've had him for a while, he works with us.
Yeah, it's only the second one since I've been here, so, yeah. I believe they can be switched
What about,
once since I've.
What about
The only other one that I can think of that you may have a question of is the elevator, and we.
No, he does a good job.
Yeah,
That's
we
3%.
Yeah.
That's not gonna kill it.
Right.
He does a great job.
Yeah.
I know how difficult it is to get that person.
Mhm.
I wasn't gonna ask you about that, but,
Yeah, yeah.
but why 10%? Why not 5, 6? What's the justification for 10%? It just, tipping fees going up, or landfills closing, I mean, it gotta be some reason.
I'll have the conversation with
Could
you, yeah.
I
See if we can
All right.
get them to reconsider, but I was under the impression that was a contract. But we'll check it out.
Sometimes they ask,
Sure.
I mean, that's, because these are all, I'm looking at these numbers here, they're all adding up here.
Mm.
It's the same.
How about the rodent people? They're the same people.
No, so we switched, pest control this year, we switched away from the previous vendor, and we have a new, vendor in. It's doing a fantastic job across the board, but.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like.
Yeah.
And, we're gonna repair and all that is the same team.
Same people, yeah, and I don't believe we have a contract in place with the company to do that. It would be nice to be able to look at that, but I think they hold their rates for us because we do a lot in volume with it.
Yeah. I see their truck, I mean,
Yeah,
sometimes I saw
sure.
them yesterday. On Monday. Okay,
All right, last question.
Sure.
The parking lot that cars park on is really, really acceptable. I know it's winter, but are we gonna budget money in the budget
yes,
to buy the asphalt we need to fix it?
So you're talking about the one behind Dedham District Court?
Yeah,
yes,
Yeah.
We have a capital project that's ongoing right now, to bid for the engineering services,
okay,
and we're moving forward.
I'm moving forward.
yeah, I believe to, I don't know if it. Leave tracks on is signed off on.
Okay,
They
great.
have to keep up with our piggy banks,
Okay. All right.
extra money, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I wish
I
there
can
was just
imagine
one
it's-
big
who
glaring
knows?
thing that you say, hey, don't do that, but there's a lot, but it ain't, so.
Definitely needs this. Okay, Peter would be the only one here to tell you when they last. Yeah, okay,
That fuel oil is, it's amazing how it's going. up. Just amazing.
It's crazy.
We have what we know is a really good rate locked in with the provider.
I meant the natural gas, I'm sorry.
Oh, the natural
gas.
Oh, the natural gas is crazy.
Yeah, it's just, we're all getting.
Yeah.
We're at the mercy of whatever,
who's our oil man?
yeah.
Devaney oil.
So maybe they bid it all the time,
Yeah, they're good.
so it could move.
Yeah, we have a good rate locked in with them. As long as we can. Keep the,
Okay,
keep it from being.
So maybe take a look at that vehicle with Eastern, rather than buying. You can mark and check that out, maybe you can. I don't know how much it can do here, get like a rubbish guy, maybe the. Yeah, about the vendor,
Yeah.
you know, worth the conversation.
So,
we don't know anything about the car fire. It's self-contained.
so the car fire that happened, was handled obviously by Dedham Fire.
Right.
It was an employee of the trial court's vehicle who, they came back from lunch and went back to work and their car caught on fire. I don't know what.
A cigarette, maybe, drop a cigarette.
Well, there's a couple of rows in, he wasn't against the building.
No.
And then the only other, I guess there was some minor damage to a car that was adjacent to it. They're handling that through their own insurance.
It was during our meeting last week.
Yeah.
Okay, last call for maintenance department budget.
Get a hand up.
Oh,
If I may,
go ahead, absolutely.
reliable sources tell me that municipalities may lease to own vehicles, so you can work on that.
Well, we have to find the money and then. We'll get to it. All right, last call. I need a motion to take. this.
Yeah, I move that we, table any action on the maintenance budget for fiscal 27, no further date.
Second.
Thank you.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor.
All right, thank you.
Okay, team, thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back after we review the budget. We'll be
Right.
moving right along on our regular agenda. Number 6, public comment. Each meeting we allow for any public comment. People on the Zoom have any public comment, or people that come to our regular meeting. If anyone out in Zoom land would like to address the board, now is the time. Director Cronin, you're not familiar with anyone
No.
interested in, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, last call for public comment. Seeing none, we'll move on to whole business. 7. Seeing none. Number 8, personnel matters for consideration. One at the golf course floor at the school.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, at the Walter Recreational Facility, I move motion for the notice of rehire of Michael Smith as seasonal golf associate at the rate stated effective date 3/1/26. So
Motion made, and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Is a vote next.
at the Norfolk County Agricultural High School, I move approval of the appointment of Patrick. I said that name? Patrick Zakowski, good.
Tukowski.
All right, as Director of IT, at the rate stated, the effective date of the hire is 2/19/26. So moved.
Motion made, and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Is adopted.
I move approval of the appointment of Quinlan Kelly as the animal science foreperson. At the rate stated, effective date 2/19/26. So moved.
Second. Motion made, and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
I move approval and notice of rehire of Hannah Donovan Cohen as a JV girls basketball coach at the rate stated on the effective date 2/19/26. So moved.
Second. Motion made, and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
That concludes that.
Payroll and expense warrants, Commissioner's Day.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, the following for the list, the warrant list of 2/18/26, number 1. Move approval of 26-33 payroll of the county sum $144,636.08. So moved.
Motion made, and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. Next,
I move approval of 26-33 parentheses 17 payroll of the school, the sum $432,013.15. So moved.
motion made, and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
Third, I move approval for the expense of the county 02-0326 sum $638,600 $655.51, so moved.
Motion made, seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, accepted.
And final item, Mr. Chairman, I move approval of line 26-08 for the warrant for the expense of the school, the sum $214,082.89, so moved.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Okay. That completes battle expense warrants. Number 10, December 2025 expense warrants for approval. It is your package,
You mean the trial balance, maybe?
trial
Trial
balance.
balance, yeah. I have that. $12/31/25.
Oh.
Right. Move acceptance of the trial balance in the amount of $30,721,469.82 for trial balance of $12/31/185.
Motion made and seconded to accept the trial balance as present in the record by Commissioner Steen. All in favor?
Aye.
It is approved. Thank you. Okay. Moving right along. Report from the procurement department on any bid openings and contract awards. Maureen, come on up. We have today.
Spring is coming, so we have two contracts for use of our tennis courts at Wollaston Rec Facility. The first is our longtime pro, Matthew Kay, who offers lessons. And the second is school. So,
That's Bishop Williams High School,
right.
looking to their tennis. Hey,
Tennis team, yeah.
okay, so this is a tennis court rental contract, tennis pro Matthew Finn. At the Wilson Recreation Facility. That's the first
So just move approval of the contract,
one. Matthew Kemp to be the pro.
right, for the tennis court at Wallaston, for tennis pro Matthew Kay, as presented, and reviewed by our director of purchase.
Okay, second. Motion made and seconded, all in favor of
Aye.
Matthew Kay, aye is unanimous. Thank you. And as a result of awarding Matthew Kay your contract, we have a request from Oshkosh Williams High School tennis team for tennis court rental.
Joe, you might want to abstain from
I
that.
am going to say. Although my latest granddaughter just got on that. That's fine. Leave with me before.
I would move, Mr. Chairman, then approval of the rental contract for the tennis court at Wallaston Recreation Facility with Archbishop Williams School as outlined and contained in the agreement we have board reviewed by our director of purchasing.
Motion made and seconded to enter into a rental contract with Oshkosh Williams High School for teaching of tennis and tennis courts. All in favor?
Aye.
That's 2 and 1 abstention. Thank you. Okay, Maureen. I hope you enjoyed your trip in the country here. Now every time you mention the Aggie School, where it is. Next time you come, it's
Send my daughter here, such a great high school.
Yes.
It is a great high school. It's 338. That's so
You
fortunate.
don't have to mow the model.
Oh, there's a lot of lawn. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What, the county director?
Are you speak?
Okay.
Thank you. Good afternoon, commissioners. You ready? As today began the FY 27 budget presentation,
to you from the department heads. I want to remind you, next week they will continue the registry of deeds, engineering, and the treasury begin to provide you with their intentions and their wishes for the FY 27 budget build-up. Last presentations will occur the following week on March 4th. I just want to keep everybody in mind that we're on a schedule to try to achieve a balanced budget presentation to you sometime in March. Eventually to the balance report. One item with regard to the FY 27 budget prep that I just want to alert you on is it does affect the creation of the indirect cost sheet, which helps drive some budget developments. We're waiting for the Mayflower Health Group to give us their projection of cost increase, whatnot, for next fiscal year. That typically occurs in the beginning of March. So I've got our Human Resources Director eyeing when the Mayflower Health Group is prepared to announce that information. As soon as they do, we'll create the indirect sheet and get it ready for budget development for the rest of the county departments. This week, we are here, and Chairman Shea said, in Walpole at the new disaster recovery space for Norfolk County. This space has been renovated for this purpose, and it started about a year ago. In January, I presented to you an idea to relocate the 614 High Street failover space for the registry and combine it with the Norfolk County needs. This room and the room adjacent have accomplished that task, but not without significant investment of time and effort, a lot of help. So I wanted to briefly thank many of the stakeholders that made this space possible, starting with our IT staff, Sam Evans, Dan Caparata and his staff, put a lot of work into readying this space for the remote use that you see today, but also the room adjacent, which has completed the relocation of the registry terminals and portal for them to continue their operations. This space and both spaces, frankly, were operationally ready last June in the event of an emergency, which means if an emergency were to occur that disabled our location or the location of the registry, you can pretty much operate out of anywhere, trailer or whatever you needed to do. But this space was operationally ready for emergency purposes. For occupancy, for public meetings and such, which are a lower bar according to the building code, we proceeded with building out the space throughout last summer. Joe Feeney, as you know, did some work down here. Our painter, Rich and Eddie, did a lot of work down here. Your facilities folks, including Chick Cushing, did a lot of electrical work all throughout last summer, last fall, culminating in a certificate of occupancy in December. So I want to extend my most sincere thanks to those folks. They did great work making sure that this space is professionally and publicly accessible, but also ready for today. In addition, I'd like to extend some thanks, as you did, Commissioner Shea, to the school administration, but I want to go back a little further. Former Superintendent John Martin signed the MOU that allowed the county to make use of this space. John has moved on, and he's replaced obviously with Jeremy, who has been incredibly supportive and helpful. There's another individual who's put a lot of work into the space. You rarely see him. You hear a lot about Pete Murphy. He's the facilities director for the schools. Yeoman work in this space. He was actually doing some work about a half hour before you got here, trimming the bases of those flags so that they fit in the room. It's just a wonderful person, gets things done, drop of a hat. And I want to thank him and his staff immensely for their help as well. Big thanks. So overall, I think it's an achievement for the county to have this failover space, disaster recovery, if you will. One of the reasons we're meeting this week is because 614 High Street, your conference room's under renovation. Sharon and I checked on it before we left.
Looks good.
Yeah, they've removed the paneling. They're prepping the walls for paint. The commissioners may remember on cold days, it's kind of cold in there. Well, we found out why. There's no insulation. The windows, was some glue on board beneath the windows, pulled off, and there's nothing in the cavity. So there is now. It's fully insulated. They're making progress. They hope to have a base coat paint on. The table's in the room. It's covered up, so we'll be ready for a meeting there next week. But I want to alert you that our work in there is still far from done. Put a ceiling grid in. We're going to try to mount the television that you use every week into the shelving in a similar fashion as this on the wall, so it's more ergonomic. And that stand can go away and give you more floor space for maneuvering.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
So overall, it's good progressing, but I want to let you know, it won't be final next week, but it will be ready for a meeting. Definitely is not ready this week, so that's another reason why I would pick this week. So overall, things are going well. The budget, I'm pretty happy with. I've reviewed all the budgets that have been submitted to date. Glad the commission has had direct time with the department heads to have them appeal to you on their wants and needs. I will alert you that obviously we don't have unlimited resources. We'll have to balance the budget based on available revenue. My peek into FY 27 revenue is not bad. It's similar to FY 26. But we have rising costs, and one of them is our retirement liability. So that drives ultimately what we can and can't do. And then furthermore, especially with facilities, I remember I spoke to Chick about his submission, which I thought was very, very well done for someone who's never done it before. A lot of what he asked for can likely move to your capital budget in the fall. So it's a healthy space for that. And I think the county wisely moved to place a lot of those investments into a capital space rather than operationalize it. So I think he understands that, but it was wise of him to put his needs in front of him so you can see in some cases how far behind they are and what they need in order to level up their safety for worker safety, and so forth. So the rest of the budgets, I think when you hear from them, you'll find them very interesting. We are not looking for large expansion because we realize there's just not a lot of resources there now, but I think the department has realized that by and large, the county's in good shape and will just keep doing their job. So overall, we're in good shape. Thank you for the time, Mr. Chairman. I just want to let everyone know of our sincere thanks for getting this room ready on your behalf in the event need. Thank you.
And then, did you want to, Patrick?
Oh, yes, Patrick Higgins. Sorry, I think Patrick was also instrumental in helping us map out a lot of the improvements that need to be done in this building. He's a tremendous asset to the county, as you know, goes well and beyond his engineering background, helps us out a lot in facility work.
Excuse me, this isn't on the, did Patrick bring us some paper today?
No,
I thought he said.
No.
Okay, no problem.
he just stopped by to say hello.
Anything else from the county director?
Really, it came out really nice. The work is incredible. That's what it was before, and we had.
Carrying this theme with the new colors and it's a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, I will tell you,
We're
Richard,
gonna have to buy a few new flags.
yeah,
Our flags are pretty. We'll insist on, and we insist on county,
they
which exists.
They did a lot of work next door. I do remember talking to Rick last summer. He was down here in the summer, very hot. And I believe he said the ceiling took 6 coats of
Yes.
paint. To coat and ready. The walls needed some double coat too. So a lot of work was done. This room also needed similar work. Sam has arranged the air conditioning to be here in the event that we do encounter warm days. It gets warm in here, big and far floor, but there's one other footnote, and thank you for pointing that out about Space Commissioner Sam and his people have reached out to the registry about the readiness for that space, from the 19th perspective. Their work is done. Whether or not the register wants to practice a failover room space like this, it's all up to him now. All's in his court. So it's a wonderful space. I think it's very clean, functional, and accessible. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any other items not on the agenda?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
did receive the executive session minutes of the meeting on 2/11. I didn't know if you wanted to take that up now or wait till next week, but they were presented to me.
Yeah, we tabled it for next week, but now we have them, so we can vote.
I'd like to handle it now.
Want to
There's
do it
no
now?
reason to.
Yeah, they seem in order. I read them. Mr. Collins.
Okay, do we have a motion to take away the tabling of the minutes of the February 11th?
Okay, I move that we act upon the executive session minutes.
You have to move that
Okay.
until.
You're gonna
Okay,
take your-
I move we untable the action for the executive session meeting minutes of 2/11/2026.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now a motion to accept,
So I move
as we
approval,
normally do.
yep, of the executive session minutes of, the meeting of 2/11/26 with stipulation and not to release of such time.
Okay, now to my last motion. Anything we didn't expect.
We didn't vote that yet.
Wait, both.
He made a motion to accept it, I seconded.
A motion to accept the February 11th executive session meeting. All in favor? I'm sorry.
Yep, no problem. Sure.
Attention to the last item, I have none, however, I have a little, remembrance today. Recently, Paul Marshall, 59 years old, of Quincy, passed away. Paul, connection to us, it's a unique one. Paul's the son of the late Cliff Marshall, Louise Marshall. Paul
my goodness.
passed on. Paul and his brothers, Christopher, Clifford Jr. and Mike, lived in the old house inside the Dedham jail.
Wow,
Paul
not funny.
and his brothers got a lot of energy. They were all in grammar school at one time. You know, taking a year there and they lived in jail. And they, by the time they went to high school, they still were there, but they spent a lot of time at the high schools. Paul went to the university, well, went to VCI, University of Michigan, a very, very good player. He did make the pros. Most of his career was in Hungary. I mean, most of his career was playing in Finland in the professional league. And I remember very clearly getting the Finnish paper in Quincy down at the Finnish church. Reverend Aho and Sheriff Marshall picked me up and we go and the Reverend would read the article. Well, what Paul was doing in Finland.
Wow.
But I just wanted to close the meeting.
Yeah.
On the thoughts of Paul in the Marshall. We should adjourn.
I would move that we adjourn at 2:07.
Thanks. Motion to adjourn, made and seconded, all in favor?
All right.
This meeting is adjourned, thank you very much. Next week, back at High Street, we might be a little late,